Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Holy smokes, full-time family. This video feels a little weird to even bring to you. Joanna Jedrzejczyk, Joanna champion, is officially Joanna contender. She's going to be fighting in her first non-title fight in the last 4 years. It's set versus Tecia Torres, the Tiny Tornado, at UFC on Fox 30. So with that being said, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, we know, is coming off of her second loss to Rose Namajunas in a row. Title fight, she lost her belt at UFC 205 to Rose Namajunas. The rematch happened. Wait, no, it wasn't UFC 205. That's where she beat Karolina Kowalkiewicz. It was UFC 213. It was the same card, or 217. Michael Bisping versus George St. Pierre. 3 title fights on the card. All 3 champions, all 3 belts exchanged hands. So UFC 217, Rose Namajunas became the strawweight champion, and then of course at UFC 223, after the Conor McGregor-Dolly incident, Rose Namajunas successfully defended her belt against Joanna Jedrzejczyk in the rematch, which means Joanna Jedrzejczyk, and you know, it's kind of like where Wonder Boy is at this point. You fought for the title twice, you lost both fights, so you're kind of having to fight some of these other contenders, being like playing a gatekeeper right now until someone else becomes champion, because it doesn't make sense to see a third title fight when you've already, lost, or in Wonder Boy's case, lost one and a draw. So a lot of people aren't clamoring for that rematch. So you're left with multiple options. You're left with 2 options. You can either just start fighting contenders, or you can move weight classes, you know what I'm saying? And it looks like Joanna Jedrzejczyk is going to take the role of fighting contenders en route to getting her belt back. Although she's talked about fighting at 125 pounds in the past, going up a weight class actually. But the thing about that is, we all know Valentina Shevchenko's up there trying to get that belt, and Joanna Jedrzejczyk, that's a whole nother thing she's gonna have to deal with. She's already lost to Valentina Shevchenko 3 times in Muay Thai before the UFC. That's gonna be at a higher weight class, which makes it the grappling definitely that much more difficult, unless you really have that size. But Valentina Shevchenko would have a size advantage. She's been fighting at 135, moving down to 125. Joanna Jedrzejczyk's the opposite. So Joanna Jedrzejczyk is in an interesting situation here, a little bit of a lituation, if you will, where she's not the champion, so she's officially Joanna contender. And it sounds weird to say that, but this is going to be a good fight, man, between Tecia Torres and Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Maybe if Joanna Jedrzejczyk can string together a couple of wins, or you know what I'm saying, she can get back to her title. It's definitely not unheard of. It's like the only person that's been able to beat Joanna Jedrzejczyk is Rose Namajunas. So if Rose Namajunas loses to, say, a Jessica Andrade or any of these other top contenders that might be fighting for the belt soon, then Joanna Jedrzejczyk's right back in there in the mix, because Jessica Andrade, one of the only girls she's lost to in this division, is Joanna Jedrzejczyk. So it's one of those things where styles make fights. Yeah, Joanna Jedrzejczyk might not be able to beat Rose Namajunas, but all of these other girls she's got a good chance against. But it seems like Rose Namajunas was just able to figure out that puzzle. Now, Tecia Torres, the Tiny Tornado, I believe she only has 1 or 2 losses in this division. I believe she's coming off of a fight with Jessica Andrade, in which Jessica Andrade got the W. The thing about the Tiny Tornado, Tecia Torres, is she's a very talented fighter. She was on a 3-fight winning streak before fighting Jessica Andrade in the fight she most recently lost. Jessica Andrade has been looking like a powerhouse, but Tecia Torres' nickname is the Tiny Tornado, because I really believe she could be fighting at atomweight if the UFC had that division, which there's talks of them opening a women's 105 division, but Tecia Torres could really be fighting at that division, but she's got the skills to still be fighting at 115. But as we saw Jessica Andrade in the Claudia Gadelha fight, Jessica Andrade is a monster for the 115-pound division. So with that being said, Tecia Torres had a little bit of a setback there, but if she can get a win over the former champion Joanna Jedrzejczyk, she's right back in there for in talks for a title shot herself. Because Tecia Torres, she's 1-1 with Rose Namajunas right now, the current champion. So Tecia Torres, there was talks of the Rose Namajunas, Tecia Torres 3 for the title, but she had to get past Jessica Andrade first. She got set back versus Jessica Andrade, so maybe Jessica Andrade fights Rose Namajunas, but all I'm saying is if Tecia Torres is able to pull off a win in this fight versus Joanna Jedrzejczyk, she's also back in talks for possibly getting a title fight versus Rose Namajunas. So this fight definitely has title implications. It's going to be at UFC on Fox 30, July 28th in Calgary, Canada. This is also the card where Valentina Shevchenko was supposed to be fighting Nico Montano. It was reported, but we've seen recently that, you know, between the Ariel Helwani and Nico Montano back and forth, the UFC is losing patience with Nico Montano, who still hasn't agreed to fight. Valentina Shevchenko actually called her out on it. I'm going to do another video on that. But with that being said, Joanna Jedrzejczyk versus Tecia Torres is set for UFC on Fox 30 in Calgary, Canada. That would be dope if we had Valentina Shevchenko on this card too, bro. Joanna and Valentina on the same card. Even I don't know why. Like, it's not like they're fighting, but they've got that history. And it's like, since the UFC wasn't able to get Valentina on the card, one of the most dominant female flyweights and bantamweights in the world, they did get Joanna. So they definitely got some high-powered WMMA on this card. Can't wait. It's going to be a fun night of fights, and I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on with the Valentina Shevchenko-Nico Montano fight. With that being said, it is what it is. Let the Full Time family know what you think about Joanna Jedrzejczyk versus the Tiny Tornado Tecia Torres in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.